bang, bang, bang. All right, man. I need y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe. I know my shirt wrinkly as hell right now, but it's clean. It do hit different when I'm fresh out the shower. Everything clean. A nigga fresh. You feel me? It do hit different. All right, we about to do a reaction video. Joe knows. I hope you don't try to make me delete this or try to like copyright me, bro, because I fuck with 2K and I want to see what it's like, and you're the top guy that still cares about it.
We all know builds are very expensive, and the last thing you want to do is mess your build up on day one. So I got 10 tips to try to help you guys out in making your first build on NBA 2K25. If any of these tips help you out, please drop a like, and let's get straight into it. Number one, understand animation requirements. Now, the beautiful thing about NBA 2K25 is they've added into the builder, it shows you which animations you unlock as you put attributes up. So in the past, it would only show you what badges you unlock, but now they made it a lot more simple, and you can see which animations you unlock. Also added into the test player, the 3v3 and the 5v5 test my player, after you create your build, you can now equip whatever animations you want. So you'll be able to not only see what you unlock, but also test out what you want. So it's really going to give you a much more in-depth look at the player you are creating, which is going to help us ultimately create better builds that fit to what we're trying to make. And we're not going to miss out on, say, a dribble move or a dunk animation by one or two attributes because we weren't aware of that animation requirement. So 2K made it a lot more simple in the builder, but I just want you to know you got to make sure you're getting the animations you want. This is a yearly thing. When it comes to creating your build, getting the animations is going to be huge in terms of getting a player that you actually like playing on. Next up, understanding the badge plus one system and the new attribute cap system. Okay, so the first thing, badge plus one. Each season on NBA 2K25, from the season pass, you're going to unlock 2 badge plus ones. One is for a tier 1 badge and one is for a tier 2 badge. Now with these badge plus ones, you can upgrade any badge one level in that tier. So any tier 1 badge, let's say you have a gold tier 1 badge, you can upgrade that to Hall of Fame. Now you don't need to have the capability to unlock that badge in the builder, meaning if your build caps out at an 89 3-pointer, which is silver limitless, with the badge plus one, you will be able to get gold limitless, even though technically in the builder, you were not able to unlock that. Now on the flip side, talking about cap breakers, you have to have the capability to unlock that attribute. So if you have an 89 3-pointer and that's what your build caps out at in the builder, just because you unlock those cap breakers, you will not be able to put that to a 90, 91, 92 3, because in the builder, your build stopped at an 89. So I see a lot of people talking about, oh, I'm just gonna put this cap breaker on this, but it's like your build doesn't actually have the capability of getting that. So with the cap breaker, you won't be able to apply it. Now, also a thing to consider, when making your day one build, we don't know when we unlock the cap breakers. It could not be until you hit veteran or legend or a very high rep is my point. We have to wait and see. So some people are saying they're going to create their day one build and be like, I'm going to rely on my cap breakers to push my 3-pointer up to a 92, but you might not get those cap breakers until January, February, March. We have no idea how long it's going to take us to unlock those cap breakers. So until we know that, I would just create the build that you want and the attributes that you want on day one, because you don't want to have to wait 6 months to be able to play on the build that you're actually excited to play on because you're waiting to unlock cap breakers through the rep system. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll get some.
Y'all heard how he said wait 6 months? 2K is so dead, bro. After people realize you grind for about 6 months, that's half a year, right? Then your character is good. You might get another 2-3 months until the game is old. After 10 months of the game being out, the game is old, bro. And everybody's talking about the next year, and you didn't just put in all your time and effort, and your nigga finally good, and you finally liking the game, and you finally getting the hang of the system and your shot. Now you got your shot on point, and in a month or two later, you gotta get the new 2K. Everybody like this shit. Oh, this shit garbage. And every single year they talk about how the game is ass, and then you sitting here just grinding on that motherfucker.
Early cap breakers, but my guess is the cap breakers are going to be down the line in the higher rep rewards. Next up, information is key when creating builds, and the best place to get all the best information is NBA2KLab.com. This is 100% free. All these badge requirement thresholds, all these takeover requirement thresholds, it's all completely free. Now, they do charge a small fee each month if you want access to the jump shot data. The jump shot data, as you guys know, talks about release speed, green window size, all the data you need to create the best jump shot for your specific build. If you want a discount on that membership, use code Joe, but they have a ton of free information on the site as well. But if you want that jump shot data, as I said, code Joe, it'll definitely help you out early in the NBA 2K25 cycle. Next up is understanding attributes and what they actually affect. Now this changes every single year. 2K makes tweaks to which attribute actually affects certain movements and
Is bro charging for his jump shot, bro? On the cool. It said use code. He said use a code.
playing ability and all that. But for example, this year you might see perimeter defense and automatically assume that's how fast you can slide your feet on the perimeter. But it's already been confirmed that agility is actually your lateral quickness. So you need to actually pay attention to what the attributes truly affect in order to make the most optimized build that fits your playstyle. Somebody who's looking to change directions quickly with the ball in their hands might think agility affects that, when agility has nothing to do with the ball in your hands. That's strictly speed with ball now. You know, last year we had acceleration and all that stuff. So paying attention to attributes and what they actually affect is going to help you not waste attributes, but also put the attributes where you want to play the way you want to play. Pay attention to what attributes truly affect. You're going to want to find that out before you make your build. Next up is physicals. Pay attention, of course, to height, weight, and wingspan. And what I mean by this is sometimes just increasing your weight by, let's say, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, it unlocks badges at higher levels. For example, you might have the ability to get silver defensive badges, but by putting your weight up, it unlocks the ability to raise your perimeter a little bit higher, and now you can get gold defensive badges. Now, this is going to vary from build to build and from what height you are and, you know, what you're actually looking to unlock, but really play with those physicals and see. You might be able to unlock different capabilities depending on where you put your weight, wingspan, height, that can unlock different badge thresholds, which ultimately is going to make your build that much better. Next one is give your build some time to reach its potential. I've seen so many people put hundreds of dollars into a build, play 3 games on it in the park with bronze badges, get flooded, and then say the build's trash and you just threw away all that money. When you're creating a build, you're creating it to play it at its max potential. So if you're playing as an 85 overall with bronze badges against somebody who has Hoff and legend badges, you're going to be at an extreme disadvantage. It might feel like the build is bad, but for all you know, you created the perfect build for you. You just got to give it some time. Be able to grind that overall up, grind your badges up, and then your build's going to reach the potential. Don't throw away some money because you're jumping the gun and thinking that the build is garbage and you're going to throw it in the dumpster, delete the build, start all over. Give it some time, let that build reach its potential, and before you know it, you'll probably be going crazy. The next one is high risk versus low risk builds. Now, a lot of people, especially that watch me, you know, I love to make builds. It's one of the funnest things on the game. You guys make multiple builds as well. And there's high risk builds and there's low risk builds. The lower risk builds, I would say, are more like the centers, the lockdowns. It's very difficult to make a terrible center or a terrible lock. Some of you do it, don't get me wrong, but it's much easier to mess up a guard build because there's so many thresholds when it comes to guards, not only for badges but also dribble animations, jump shot animations, and sometimes we don't know what the best dribble moves and jump shots are on day one of the game. So if you're going to make multiple builds, you might want to start with one of those lower risk builds that are harder to mess up, and then make your higher risk build maybe after a couple days or weeks once everybody else has time to lab the game and figure out what, you know, the better dribble animations are that you're going to want and the better jump shot bases, and make sure you meet all those attribute requirements so that you don't have to remake the same build within the first couple weeks. Make those.
Man, I want to play 2K. Hey, somebody comment. Let me know if I need to be on 2K this year, bro. That's another like streaming revenue or, you know, income type shit. And I'm trying to get a bag.
Low risk builds first, figure the game out, then start to lab up those higher risk builds. That's going to ultimately save you some money in the long run so that you're not messing up a build and then having to remake it just days or weeks later. When making your build, craft it to not only the game mode you want to play, but also the teammates that you're going to be playing with. Now, if you're playing with randoms, that's going to be difficult, right? You just got to make what you want and hope for the best because you're just getting dealt cards that you have no control over. But if you have friends that you're playing with, talk to them about what they're making and coordinate it with them. Also, craft your build towards the game modes you prefer to play. For example, if you're a 1v1 player, right, you load up and you just love to play ones, you don't need pass accuracy, so save those attributes and put them elsewhere. But someone like me who loves to play 5v5, I need pass accuracy, so I have to put that onto my build. My point is, whatever game mode you're playing, you can tweak it. If you're a center and you play 5v5, you might want the higher pass accuracy for the better break starter, but if you're a center that prefers to play 3v3, the court isn't as long, so you probably don't need the Hoff or Legend break starter. You could probably get away with gold, silver, maybe even bronze. So tweak the build, not only to your teammates, but to the game modes that you prefer to play. Number 9, take your time.
I mean, we know this. The real OGs know this.
When making your build, the amount of times I see people just rush in the builder and then within 10 minutes they're like, wait, oh, I already put VC on it. I meant to do this. Take your time. Make sure you're making the build that you want. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing away money very, very quickly. Like I said, builds are expensive. So take your time like you're investing that much money into this build. Take your time, get the attributes, make sure the badges are good, make sure the physicals are good, the position, everything you need to check, double, triple check, make sure it's good to go. Last but not least, I can't stress this one enough, make the build that you individually actually want to play on. You could watch videos, you could watch my videos, other people's videos, use that as information to craft the build that you want to play on. Ultimately, if you have a certain thing you prefer to do on the game, let's say you prefer to dunk on people all the time, why are you going to make a build that's a small guard 300 with no dunk, right? Just because somebody said it's a great build, it might be a great build for them. Craft the build to your liking, because ultimately, even if you're on a great build, but it doesn't fit your playstyle, you're not going to have fun on it. You're not going to want to play the game. You're going to feel like you wasted money on the build. Make a build that fits you, your playstyle, and you're going to enjoy it that much more just because of that. Now, if you're looking for more info on the builder, that video right there is the complete My Player Builder breakdown. Everything you need to know to craft the perfect build on day 1 of NBA 2K25. Go check it out.
Hey, I just want to say this. I don't like the green animation whenever it hits the goal. I like the green animation as soon as I pull it. Let me know I greened it. So when my hand in the air, I can turn around. You feel me? I'm on some crazy shit when I'm on a controller. Like, I actually be like, I'm on some crazy shit. Like, I'd like to see that green and then let go of my controller and be like, and then grab it real quick and get on defense. Like, but it's a lot of shit 2K need to go back to, man. Just redrop 21 plus 16 and 17. But don't give it too much 21 because everybody gonna be mad. And I would kind of be mad too because I didn't have no shooting big. I don't think it was possible to create a shooting big. Like OP shooting big. So I had a OP glass cleaner that just was fast as fuck. My speed was like a 77. I'm like 7 foot with like 78 speed, bro. Gatorade makes my shit like an 80 speed. I was going crazy. Oh my God. I had Hall of Fame, brick wall, everything. Like, comment, share, subscribe, though, and bye, bro.